Hey guys! So today we are making lava chocolate cake. Some people call it fondant of chocolate or molten chocolate cake. When you cut it, surprise, this dreamy melting chocolate sauce comes out beautifully from inside and it looks and tastes amazing. It is a perfect dessert to wow your special guest. So let's get started.
First, we are making ganache that we are adding inside the cakes. Today I used these chocolate chips. I really like the not too sweet and not too bitter taste for this cake, so 60% cacao is just perfect for me, but use any dark chocolate around the percentage. Once chocolate is melted, we are adding the nice and warm heavy cream a little by little and let them blend.
And mix. And as an option, add a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. And I'm also adding just a dash of sugar, granulated sugar. You don't have to do this, but this chocolate ganache is pretty loose, so it just tastes a little bit less sweeter than usual. I recommend to taste it and add as you like.
Today I used this silicone mold because it was the best size and shape I had, but if you don't have something like this, you can just pour in a small cup and cut later once it's frozen.
So one batch made 16 of this. So goes in a freezer. So first add chocolate and butter in the bowl. Alright, so here is a boiling water, so turn it off. And let the chocolate and butter melt. Meanwhile, let's prepare your ramekins. I'm coating the very thin layers of butter all the way so that they're not gonna stick.
And dust flour all around.
At the end, you want to flip it over and toss.
And I like to sift flour ahead so that I can mix in quickly later.
Look at this, beautiful.
Now the butter and chocolate is melted. Let's add a pinch of salt here as well.
Okay, now in a mixing bowl, you add egg and to add your granulated sugar. We're gonna whip it until it gets a little bit more creamy and pale.
Toward the end, when it is whipped enough, lower the speed and whip some more time so that the size of bubbles get smaller.
Alright, so now your egg mixture is creamy, but not, as thick as Genoa's sponge if you made it before. So it's still loose, but very creamy. Add your eggs mixture into the chocolate mixture, just some first, and mix.
Make sure your chocolate mixture is still warm so that it blends well with egg mixture.
Then add more. Let's add the rest. And before it completely gets blended, you want to add flour.
Don't overmix here. Once you don't see any flour, it is ready.
They are evenly blended, nice and shiny. So now I'm gonna quickly pour in a pastry bag your ganache is nice and set. It's frozen.
I attached 3 of them together to get the thickness I want, and I had 4 discs left. So I could add 1 more each, but I've never tried that actually because I'm afraid it can be a little bit too much amount, but I should try it sometime.
And push that in a little bit.
So here's how you can judge if it's done. Touch the surface gently. The center is pretty soft but not wet. The thin skin should be formed on a surface like this. And the edges are firm. You can gently move with your finger and check like this. You can flip and serve right away. This one was cut only 5 minutes after taking out from oven.
Cheers. I wanted to quickly mention that not all the recipe add ganache inside. So what they do is bake less time so that the center does not get cooked slow. So when you cut it open, melting butter comes out from center. So you can do that with this recipe too, but when you don't add ganache, you want to be extra careful with the temperature and the time, because a lot of times what happens is you bake too long. So you may want to try a couple times to find a perfect temperature and baking time. This recipe is a lot more tolerant with the mistake because it contains ganache inside. A lot more chocolate sauce is going to come out from inside. Who doesn't love that?
And this guy was cut about 15 minutes after taking out from the oven, and here's how the ganache looks. It did not land out like the first one, but it was still very soft and delicious. If you're not going to serve right away, wrap each and heat up with a microwave just until it gets warm again. This was in a room temperature and it only took about 10 seconds with my microwave.
Ta-da!
Can we eat it?
Yes.
Chocolate!
Do you think we're ready? Is it good? Thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to check out other chocolate videos and like and subscribe to my channel to see more beautiful pastries from scratch. So stay safe and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.